The Lewis County chapter of the Washington Farm Forestry Association is recognizing Paul Hayes with a Distinguished Service Award for his help in the early years of this chapter. If you have driven State Highway 506 connecting Vader, Riderwood, and Boisford Valley, then perhaps you remember the Burma shave signs on the well-manicured Booth Hayes Farm, located between Riderwood and Vader. Paul and his wife Myrtle purchased the farm from her father's estate and raised 8 children, while Paul began making a career as a forester, first for the State Department of Forestry, then a consulting company, a forest products company, and finally his own forestry consulting company. Paul fought as a U.S. Marine in World War II and was in numerous battles, including the Battle of Okinawa, considered to be one of the bloodiest battles of the Pacific War. After the war, he attended college and graduated from the University of Washington with a degree in forestry in 1951. His summer months were first spent setting chokers at Camp Grisdale, a second summer working in silviculture and genetics for Weyerhaeuser, and his last summer working for the United States Forest Service out of Randall. His first job out of college was with the Washington State Department of Forestry as a county forester. In 1951, the department hired 6 foresters for a new program that assigned them to work with the county agents, or as we know them today, WSU Extension agents. For 5 years, Paul served as the farm forester for Lewis County. During that time, he edited a newsletter for the Western Washington Farm Forestry Association called the Woodland Farmer, and a newsletter for Lewis County titled Lewis County Farmer and Forester. The Western Washington Farm Forestry Association had been formed in 1941. The association originally represented only Western Washington and had 4 districts with a vice president for each. These districts were before the formation of what we today call county chapters. By 1952, Adna Booth, who was Paul's wife's uncle, was the state president and the Southwest Washington District vice president. Under the leadership of Adna Booth, the county agent, Ralph Roefler, the Lewis County Farm Forestry chapter was formed in mid-1952. Adna Booth was the first president, Carl Lamb vice president, and Rufus Kaiser secretary-treasurer. The first directors were Ray Davis, Lawrence Shear, Jerry Peters, and Jim Cooper, and Paul Hayes helping the new state chapter and serving as editor of a county newsletter and the new state newsletter. During the Lewis County Farm Forestry chapter's first few years, they set the stage for what we do today. They held meetings on local farms to talk about how the farmers could manage their woodlots, visited schools, developed a Southwest Washington Fair display, edited a state newsletter, and annually recognized a local farmer for their woodlot management practices. Paul has liked this poem for over 60 years, and it certainly fits all forest landowners. Paul provided this copy that was printed in the Woodland Farmer in 1957. For the early part of Paul L. Hayes' career, and his help with the development of the Lewis County Farm Forestry Association, we are recognizing Paul with this Distinguished Service Award.